Bitcoin revving up for another breakout to 13K. Chainlink pumping again. Will we break over 20 again? As well as today, we'll talk about two altcoins that you need to keep an eye on, so keep watching. Welcome to BlockRoots. I am Josh, and on behalf of my co-founder, Kenner and Clark, always, we just want to say welcome to the channel. Here on BlockRoots, nothing is financial advice, but we like to give updates on Bitcoin and the crypto market each and every week. And as far as that goes, if you have not yet subscribed, make sure to click the red button below. Each and every week, we like to give away $100 of Bitcoin to one person who subscribes and comments on our videos. So make sure that you comment today so that we can put you in that $100 giveaway. We're going to do that today. We're going to go ahead and give away $100 of Bitcoin, so keep watching for that. And again, nothing is sensational here. As always, we like to be as practical as possible, but have a little humor in between. So let's go ahead and get started. You know, I was making a video this weekend and actually had some technical difficulties. So the issue with that is that I did not want to make one yesterday. If you don't know anything about making videos, sometimes it can take hours to make a video, and so I'm kind of improv to this one right here, so meaning that I'm just kind of winging it, and so I'm not really going to edit it much. And of course, I don't have my face in this video. I'll have it in the next video. For any of you new, I typically like to show myself. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk about the market, because Bitcoin looks good right now. Now, if you see here on the Bitcoin chart, we can notice that here is the weekly close, and as I scroll up, you're going to notice that we're going to have a higher high on the weekly, okay? And so that's really good overall. My next target, what I put actually even on Twitter, if we go to my Twitter page, I said heading towards another higher high in the weekly close. Next levels to watch are this green box right here between 13,600 and 14,100. And the reason why I choose this area is, as you see over here, these are the next weekly opens that we have had. And again, this is also the test of the previous high in 2019. So I do think that as long as we close above 11,685 for the weekly close this week, I do believe that we continue to make our way up to 13,000. Maybe not this week, maybe in a week or two, but I do believe that we will continue on up in the trend. Now, if you look at the daily chart, I also posted on this and I said, look, the weekly close is tonight, but not only is the weekly close important, the daily close is also important. So this black line right here symbolizes the daily, or excuse me, this is the weekly open again, and you can see that we're staying above the weekly open. But as far as the daily close, we want to be above 11,895. And if we're able to do that, I'll go ahead and click on the daily here. You're going to go ahead and notice that we're able to get another higher high if we're able to close above this level, okay? And so I'm going to go ahead and hit that, and you're going to notice that, wow, we're right below it right now. So right now, Bitcoin has the pressure at the daily resistance, and so if it can break above this area, that would be another higher high. As you see here, this is also somewhat of a ascending triangle, which is typically good, right? So if I go ahead and just kind of like just draw this out or whatever, that's a lot of this. We're almost at the apex here, and certainly we should probably see a breakout soon, maybe like this, and move on up, right? So bad drawing by me anyway. But anyway, the daily looks good for Bitcoin. So let's go ahead and take a look at Chainlink. Now, this is a 4-hour chart on Chainlink, and really Chainlink has a pattern going on. If you can notice, I drew the triangle right here, the compression pattern. Typically, compression leads to expansion. So as there is a compressed pattern being formed, we tend to lead to an expansion up. That has happened multiple times. We had from around 1250 all the way up here over $16, and then somewhat of a compression right here. Then price moved up from $16.50 up to as high as around $20 for Chainlink. And so the good news is that it's holding this 4-hour support. And if you see a pattern here, you're going to notice that Chainlink holds that 4-hour support the last few levels. And so it held at 1256, it held at 1658, and right now price is holding at 1877, and current price for Chainlink is $19.07. So I think that if Chainlink can hold 1877, I do believe that it continues to break on up here over $20, and it's there to stay for a while. As far as Chainlink goes, there's been no other asset that is bullish as Chainlink here in this bull market. Now, two altcoins that I want to talk about that you may not know of. I have tweeted about them quite a bit. I'm sure people are like, Josh, stop tweeting about them, but they've been really good plays, and that is anti-ample, which is ZAMP. I'm going to go ahead and hit this right here, which is up around 50% today or so. And tokens of Babel, okay, TOB, which is around $9, which is up at least 15% today. So as far as ZAMP and TOB, both of these assets are actually from the same developer, okay? And so the developer created anti-ample, as you can see in the name, that basically it's anti-Ampleforth. And Ampleforth, as you know, has had some shady price action happen lately. And because of that, this developer really hated that. He felt like Wells were controlling it, controlling retail, dumping on retail, and he hated it. And so the problem with Ample is that there's this rebase in the protocol that actually adds and takes away coins. And he said, as far as that goes, adding coins is just like the Federal Reserve. Why are you adding coins? You need to be taking coins away. So now with anti-Ample, if you ever have a price that is lower than the day before, there are coins that actually burn, around 1% of all assets. So not only will all the circulating supply, but the total supply, will actually burn. So even coins in your wallet, 1% from everybody will actually get burned, which in the end, it is bullish. It's scarcity, right? More token burns lead to less, and that's bullish. Now, tokens of Babel is a little different. Tokens of Babel is super interesting, and there's actually an article on it that you can find here, and it says Tokens of Babel, an introduction of adaptive commodities. And this is one of the developers. And so this is Bill Drummond and Bizarro Zuck, who makes fun of Mark Zuckerberg. And if you read down here, they actually talk about why they made Tokens of Babel. And basically, the whole point of Tokens of Babel is that as price increases and hits a new all-time high, they actually burn a percentage of tokens. So unlike anti-ample, where price goes below the next day, where it's less, they burn and hopefully price goes up. When price hits a new all-time high, they burn tokens, which hopefully continues to push price higher. So both of these have somewhat of a rebase logic that you can check out. I know for myself, I am a holder of both Tokens of Babel and ZAMP, and so is Cantor and Clark. And so is there conflict of interest? Well, certainly so, but I'm going to tell you that. But I do believe that both of these coins continue to do well overall. Now, if you look on this Medium post as well, Bill Drummond also talks about why he's doing what he's doing in this group of developers. And so it's kind of like Satoshi Nakamoto was possibly a group of people. Bill Drummond is possibly a pseudonym for a developer or a group of developers. They don't actually tell you, with the goal of returning cryptocurrency back to its cypherpunk roots. So Bitcoin was started as a means of tearing down unfair and segregated financial systems where the already rich and powerful rule and exert power. And despite these origins, it seems like cryptocurrency has strayed away from these decentralized systems. And so they're coming back in order to revamp that again. And they say that we feel a moral responsibility to utilize our resources wisely and steer the cryptocurrency space in the right direction, the direction of innovation and freedom. We stand for the users who have very little, and we stand for the ability to provide financial freedom of all those who seek it. Bill Drummond stands for those who seek to liberate themselves from the shackles of traditional finances. So as you can see that, Bill is for the people. And so Bill Drummond and this group of developers have developed both anti-Apple and Tokens of Babel. And now, do you think that this is somewhat of a fluke? You should see the volume of both of these on Uniswap exchange. Anti-Ample alone has almost 23 million. If I were to refresh this right now, we'll go ahead and see if this even hits 23 million for the past 24 hours. Nope, 22,660,000. So again, this volume of this is insane. It is the highest traded, one of the highest traded assets outside of Ethereum on Uniswap exchange. And Tokens of Babel is actually over 15 million. So both of these combined actually today hit over 40 million and have dominated all other major assets, including even stablecoins, USDC, Tether, Curve, and even Chainlink. The volume has been more on both of these than any other asset besides Ethereum on Uniswap. So make sure to check out Tokens of Babel and Anti-Ample. You can actually chart ZAMP over here on uniswap.vision. I can drop that link as well. You can see it's in an ascending channel here. It's doing pretty well. Dips seem to be being bought up. It's currently at around 3 cents or right under that. And so Tokens of Babel, you can actually chart on chartx.pro, and you can see that it had a symmetrical, or this triangle, this pattern right here. It broke out, came back down, retested it, and is holding quite well, and expect the price to continue to move up for both of these. Both market caps, I know for Tokens of Babel is definitely under, it's 8.7 million, in Anti-Ample. Basically, the total, like the supply for both of these have already been, half of it has been burned for each. So I think Anti-Ample was around a 10 million market cap. So they're both really low. I do expect both of these to continue to trend up over time, of course, with pullbacks as well. Now, if you want to follow Bill Drummond, he or they are actually on Twitter, and you can find them here, and they talk a little bit more about why they do what they do. Super interesting. As far as Bill Drummond also, too, you have to understand he's a really cool guy, or a group of people, because what he did yesterday was he released Tokens of Babel on Uniswap, and unfortunately, he tried to stop bots from buying it up. And what happens is that these bots will actually buy up all the tokens and become whales and dump on people and dump on retail, and he wanted to stop that. So what happened was price was all the way up to $15, and Bill Drummond actually dropped 1/4 of the supply, dumped 1 million coins on exchange to crash the price to like 1 cent from $15. So he totally crashed the price and allowed all kinds of retail people to get in and to equal out the wallets. And so you no longer had just like 3 whales who actually used bots to buy up all the supply. He crashed the price and basically just did a number on them. And so, again, he talks about here that you thought that you could defy, the bots, so that they could defy the gods. Well, he basically, TOB, and that references back to his token of Babel. And so, again, he says he loves to go out for sporting and hunt whales. And so Bill Drummond, or Burn the State on Twitter, very interesting character. I would check him out if I were you. But basically, that's it. Those are 2 assets to keep an eye on. Anti-Ample and Tokens of Babel, both around 10 million market cap. Both charts look decent. Again, make sure that if you are buying it all, not financial advice, it's totally up to you. You can do what you want. I'm in it for a while. I'm in this for a hold, kind of like I am in Link and Bitcoin and Ethereum. But these are definitely 2 interesting charts that you want to take a look at. But as far as that goes, I am riding all over the chart here. But Bitcoin, we want it to close up over 11,894 if it can for the daily close. As far as the weekly close, it looks really good right now. So keep an eye out on that. And as far as that goes, if you've not yet subscribed, make sure to do that, because we want to go ahead and pick a winner for $100 of Bitcoin. So let's go ahead and do that right now. So the winner of $100 of Bitcoin this week is Krishna. Awesome. Always easy to understand. Never goes around the block with your TA, and you left your Bitcoin address. So congratulations, Krishna. I will send you $100 of Bitcoin right away. And again, if you're interested in winning $100 of Bitcoin, just make sure you subscribe to the channel. It's that easy. And as far as that goes, again, I hope you guys have a great week. I will be on the YouTube again here soon in a couple of days. I'll have my face back on here. But again, keep an eye out on Chainlink as it revs up to hopefully break over 20 for good. Hopefully, Bitcoin breaks above 12K and continues on. But as far as that goes, things look pretty good for all markets. And so with that said, you guys make sure to trade effectively, and we'll talk soon. Thanks.